On YouTube, TikTok, this is your boy Dash. A quick video, as you already know. Now, I just want to talk about one of my favorite shows, Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Season 8, Episode 3, new beefcake on the table. My beefcake, your husband beefcake, whatever. And that's going to put it out there. But I thought it was a great episode, very entertaining. Now, the episode started off with Miss Nell, one of my favorites, and Mel, because I'm a meter allegedly. Now, they just playing tennis. Just get that game on, exercising. I want to say Mel looks good. Mel has lost weight. She looks, her physique, her being just looks amazing. Mel is doing her damn thing. I was like, oh, Mel, baby, you trying to bring me to the other side. You trying to snatch me over. That's what I get. But I'm like, Mel looks amazing. So her and Miss Nell just talking, just, you know, chomping at the bit, you know, going over what took place, things that happened. And Miss Mel, you know, wanted her to elaborate in regards to her and Martel. And Mel was very candid. She was honest. She was explaining to Miss Nell exactly what happened, how Martel sent, you know, a text message, and then, you know, because at the time, Mel and Martel was married, and they filmed a, you know, a video, and Mel had he put a, you know, picture or something, he white out or did some little picture over his penis. And he tried to make it seem like allude to that Mel was having relations with other guys, and which was not true. So he was trying to shop around and just being just a little bit nasty and hateful, like in regards to what they did in the bedroom in their private, intimate setting. And Mel had explained that to Miss Nell, and Miss Nell was getting it because she was like, well, why would you have him arrested? And she was like, no. This is what happened. Martel had sent a screenshot of their private, intimate moments, and he was trying to shop around or just put things out allegedly of their intimate moments. So then at that moment, Miss Nell got exactly what she was saying and why she would even, you know, pursue charges. And to me, Mel was right to do so. I mean, this man has 4 children with this woman. To even allude to something like that, to even try to attempt to put something like that, that could be allegedly revenge porn. So Mel was in all her rights to act accordingly to make sure that she was not exploited. She has children with this guy, to make sure that things were confined in regards to things that they had experienced prior. So I get it. So Miss Nell, at that moment, she got it. But Miss Nell had brought up, now Mel was on tour with Carlosking now. And Miss Nell, I adore Miss Nell. She tried to act like a little bit like she didn't really know what was going on with the tour. Tickets were sold out. But I'm like, if that's your girl, if that's my friend, we kick it on a certain level. I had to hit up my friend, hey, sis, I want to come to your tour. I want to see you. I want to have a great time. Tickets potentially might be sold out. Is there any way that I could buy tickets? Do you know how you could get me in? To me, Miss Nell didn't do that. So Miss Nell was just like, okay, she just let things go the way they went, and she didn't really, you know, allude, or she didn't really go into other things or details of why she didn't reach out to her homegirl to see, well, baby, how can I support you? She didn't really support. So they got to the bottom of it, you know, and I know they've been friends for probably nearly 2 decades, so they worked it out. So, which I do understand. Now, one of the next scenes is Stormi with Trisha, a new castmate. When I say Stormi, my Mississippi sister, Stormi looks amazing, y'all. I had to turn around on that. Stormi looks amazing. I adore me some Stormi. Stormi looks good. Stormi looks like she done lost about 25, 30 pounds. Stormi looks good. Now, her and Trisha were talking about Trisha's husband, like her life, things that were going on. Now, because I was trying to piece together exactly how did Trisha fit in this. Trisha looks good. She's a beautiful black woman. Trisha tends to be like I think a trainer. She has a nice physique. I think she's connected to Mel or Marcel, different people on the cast, but she's a trainer, and she is connected to Stormi as well. But she looks good, and she's a new castmate on the show with her husband. Her husband looks amazing. I love me. It's something about these big black men, because, you know, I'm tall too. I'm in the 6 feet range. And I'm like, this is a chocolate attractive man. So I'm like, all right, cool. So they were just talking and just chopping up at the bit, you know, and I'm like, all right, she look good. So one of the things is, okay, the next thing, Stormi is with her husband, Courtney. One thing that I adore Stormi and Courtney's relationship. One thing that I adore and love about Stormi isn't too much overbearing. He sort of speaks when he's supposed to speak. He's sort of in scenes when he's supposed to be in scenes. Many of the other husbands, to me, they try to overshadow the women. They try to overstep their boundaries. To me, Courtney fits in exactly where he should fit in. And I love how him and Stormi, they have a very genuine, authentic relationship. Courtney doesn't overstep his boundaries with Stormi. He lets Stormi be the star in which she is. She shines. She does her thing. And he's there to support, in which I adore and I agree with. And they're talking about fertility. Stormi had to get a surrogate. Courtney seems to be on board. He's very supportive, and they talking about breastfeeding, just a different topics in regards to that type of realm of their relationship in regards to being a surrogate and stuff like that, and her trying to bear other children. So I thought that was very touching, very eloquent, a very touching, decent scene. And they're at this antique car shop or show where they're trying to potentially buy a car, and I just thought it was cool, and I adored that relationship. That's what God should be more like Courtney. Courtney doesn't overstep his boundaries. He's not too into the mess. He's there to give his wife, his honest opinion. He's not too much into it. Many of these other men, they're just too much into the mess with the women to where they try to overshadow them. They're trying to leap into their business, their boundaries, their mess, their drama. And I love, and I adore that. In regards to Stormi and Courtney's relationship, it seems very authentic, very honest. Now, one of the things is, like some other things, now Mel is having a little brunch. Well, not a brunch. They're at this little, this little plant thing to where they're planting little trees and this little, plant some type of gardening type of thing. And it's Mel, it's Letitia, and it's also Kimmy. So they're just giving, she's giving a breakdown of exactly what happened with her and Martel and the things that happened. And I get it. Mel is being, one thing I respect, she's been very candid and honest. And one thing that I just don't get with her, with other people, not Mel, that they don't just come to her and ask her exactly what happened. Like what took place to get a better explanation. Many of them want to ask Mel questions when she's on camera. And according to Kimmy, she's trying to call Mel or reach out. I'm not sure if that happened. Nonetheless, she said she did. Mel said that she can't recollect exactly what happened. Nonetheless, I adore Mel, and I go with Mel. But Letitia's there as well, and she's like, why? Mel is asking them, why didn't y'all come to my sold out show? And they're like, Melameters or her male supporters tend to be not kind to other people, in which I do get. I think that's a great synopsis, or that's a great rendition, because Mel does have staunch supporters, and I'm one of them, where when they see Mel being mistreated, baby, we will say something, we will rally, we will speak up, because I do agree that Mel has been mistreated and people will not say much. They will just allow the bullying to go with Mel and allow Mel to be shoved and torn to pieces and won't say much. But I just respect that they were able to get Mel's point of view. And hopefully Letitia and Kimmy understand that some of this was not granted. Martel has not allegedly been truthful and honest with a lot of things that took place or partook in things that he's done. And he hasn't been completely honest and forthright with things that have happened. So I'm glad that they sort of get that. But I just thought this episode was I thought it was a good episode. And I can't wait for the next episode to unfold as well. But I thought it was very good. And I love how the women were with each other. And I love how Mel is giving them camera time. Because I'll say this, baby. If Mel was not there, the show would be no more. It should be Mel, Love, and Huntsville, if you ask me, because Mel is the star of the show. She gives them camera time. She gives them lineage. She gives them the time to do them. If it wasn't for Mel, then it would be no show. But I'm interested to see how the men fit in, because to me, I prefer like this with the women, how they're sharing moments, how they're at dinners, luncheons, they're giving their insight, their activities, and they're able to be candid and honest. I think things get candid. Well, things get like messy and muddy when the men intervene. I think it's like a conflict of power. The men want to be seen. They want to show their talents, their skills. They want to sort of overshadow the women. And I think that's where things get messy and convoluted and just hateful and nasty. But I enjoy it being like this with just the women, and the men are sort of in the background or obsolete, so to speak. So comment below, let me know what y'all think. Did y'all enjoy this episode? But I highly enjoyed it. I thought it was a good episode without being too much. It was just enough spice. So comment below, let me know what y'all think. Peace.